friends of TFA.
And welcome back to the TFA YouTube channel. And today, I am Tanis.
I'm Chris.
And today, we're going to talk about my new pattern called the Aussie Sweater Collection.
Yep, this has kind of been like ongoing for the summer for us.
I knit my first one, I think either in April or May. I think May is when I started making my first Aussie sweater, and then I did not stop making Aussie sweaters. I have 5, and they're all, 2 of them are very similar.
Right.
Not this and this. 2 of them are very similar.
The first 2 you made.
Yeah, so I'm going to show you. I guess we'll go in order of how I made.
Yeah. We're making this because
you know what? The first one I made is this one, so I can show you.
Here, I'll hold these.
Okay. We're making this because what?
We're making this because the pattern launches by the time you see this video. You'll be able to purchase the pattern.
The pattern is live. The pattern, let me tell you a little bit about it. It's 4 different patterns. A V-neck, a crew neck, and 2 different cardigans. So 2 pullovers, 2 cardigans. They all start in the same general place. They're all written for DK weight yarn. And then they all go in different directions. So they're all available separate, and then they're all available together as an ebook as well. So if you want to knit them all, get the ebook. If there's only one that you like, buy it individual.
Since there's 5, let's talk a little bit about each.
Okay, we'll
start with the one you're wearing.
The one I'm wearing.
Yeah.
So I'm wearing the Aussie V. Oh, another thing I should mention about these patterns is that they all have multiple sleeve options. They all have, this is the short sleeve option. There's also a sleeveless option where you would just finish off the edging with a little bit of ribbing, and then there's a long sleeve option. So the instructions include instructions for whatever style of sleeve you like. So the Aussie V, I'm going to tell you the origin story of the Aussie. It is that you may remember it was just this spring I launched a pattern called the Getty Tee. Do you remember?
I remember.
So,
well.
Yeah, the Getty Tee was my first saddle shoulder sweater construction pattern. And for the saddle, so a saddle shoulder is this. Hopefully you can see this. There is a rectangle of fabric on the shoulder. And then stitches are picked up for the front, stitches are picked up from the back, and then it's joined and knit in the round or flat in the case of the cardigans. But it's really, this construction is the saddle, and the saddle continues, like this line continues down into the sleeve. It's really graphic. It's really beautiful. I love a saddle shoulder. But for the Getty Tee, my first saddle shoulder design, I did the saddles in granny squares. I crocheted them. And as soon as, I love it. It's cool. It's fun.
Everybody loves it.
Very fun.
I love it.
But
I don't have one.
I wanted to do an all knit version because, of course, some people don't knit. Or some people don't crochet, they only knit, and I was getting a lot of feedback that people wanted the all knit version of that. And I also wanted just like an all stockinette stitch, super simple, really crisp. Anyway, so then I knit this one. So this I knit in our Willow DK weight yarn, which is a silk linen blend. Easy breezy, lightweight, good for summer, perfect for short sleeves. The sleeves have a little hem feature. There's no ribbing on the edge of the sleeve. It's a turned under cuff for the short sleeve version. Yeah, V-neck. I did a split hem on this version.
Can you stand a little to put it in frame? You have kind of a squat stand. I love this one because of the drape on it.
Yeah.
I feel like Tanis has reached for it a lot over the summer. And because of the loose fit and like the way it goes with a bunch of different outfits, it's kind of a really great warm weather knit.
Yeah, and it's a good, it's a great warm weather knit.
You could wear it all year too.
I love the Getty V. It really, it's exactly what I wanted. But then, of course, this happens so much. As I'm knitting the Getty V, Aussie V, sorry. Getty Tee is one with the... I wasn't
going to say anything, but...
You got to.
Yeah.
I could have said the whole thing, Getty. The Getty Tee has the crochet saddle shoulder. The Aussie V... Okay, I also want to just touch on how difficult it is to name patterns.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I've been going, the hardest thing is that you get sort of a notion in your mind as you're designing. Like for me, because I was offering so many variations of this similar starting off point, I kept thinking one for every day, or like variations, or this is sort of like how it's like a go-to kind of.
You tend to want to be pretty literal with names. If it transforms, everyone's like metamorphosis. You start, you try to come up with something that really sums it all up.
Yes.
And then you usually circle back to what's just a name that sounds cute and is maybe not even related.
For me, that's where I've often landed because, it's a great idea to call a sweater like the everyday sweater. Such a great idea that there's like 1,000 patterns on Ravelry with that name.
Yeah, that's an issue.
I think, doesn't Andrea Mowry, I think, has one called that, which just means that every time if people are like, oh, I saw this on Instagram, I'm going to go look on Ravelry for this pattern, or somebody mentions it at knit night and you're trying to remember what it is, and you type in everyday sweater, and you're going to get 1,000 results, and you may never find the one that you're looking for. So it's important that it be searchable. That's my point. Yeah. That's my point. That was all it was. And so so in the end, I just chose a word, Aussie. I chose Aussie because I have a history now of naming patterns after bands or people in bands, like the Getty T after Geddy Lee from Rush, and then Ozzy Osbourne passed away this summer. Yeah, which was very upsetting to Chris.
Sure was.
Yeah, and completely unrelated, we have a really lovely dog on our street named Ozzy, so it has good.
It's got good associations.
Good vibes for me. Anyways, so then and it's just easy to remember: Aussie V, Aussie Crew, Aussie V Cardi, Aussie Crew Cardi. Like, you have to just remember Aussie. So there we go. It's Aussie, and as I was knitting my Aussie V, immediately I was like, I want this in a crew neck also. So I knit it in a crew neck also. So here was the second one that I knit, the crew neck. And actually, Chris is modeling his crew neck, which was...
Oh, yeah. As soon as I saw her doing hers, I was jealous.
Yeah.
And I got in the queue. And this was a summer knit
for
Tans.
This is the third one that I knit. Yeah. So I knit my Aussie crew... Yes, Aussie crew. In Sonder Yarn Sunday Morning DK. It's my first time working with gorgeous Melissa's Sonder yarn line. This is, I think, one of her most popular bases, the Sunday Morning. It's like a signature line for her. All of her yarns are lovely. But I really wanted something wildly different from this one, which is summery, drapey, a cellulose fiber. This is really woolly, really warm crew neck, and I did the long sleeve option on this. I'm looking in the monitor, and it's like, my phone that I'm filming on, it's really dark, and your sweater is also dark, and I'm not sure how much detail you're getting, but there's the saddle shoulder, the lines. This one, I had it completed for the summer, and believe it or not, because we live in Canada, and because we summer in Nova Scotia, where it's cooler in the evenings, I actually wore this quite a bit.
It did come up a lot.
More than you would think. I wore this to the beach with my bathing suit a couple of days.
Sure, yeah.
Because it's like, you want to go swimming because you're at the ocean, but it's windy. It's always windy.
I tried to force this one a few times, but I run hot, so I did not need a sweater.
You didn't get as much sweater weather.
Yeah. We're coming up on it now.
It's coming any day now. So, and Chris's, I knit in Hedgehog Fiber Tweedy Noir, which I'm actually really swilled with, because...
Shout out to them, because I love it so much. You love it. Yeah.
It's a beautiful DK weight yarn. It has all these recycled fiber bits from their processing. It's one of those really cool yarns where they take all the scraps.
Black, I got pink and copper in here.
Yeah, there's some like metallic threads in there.
Nice.
It's really fun. And I had bought that a couple years ago to knit something for myself, and then I just kind of never ended up. The truth is, it's perfect for you because it does have flecks in it, but the flecks are not wildly rainbow. They're quite subtle.
It's got like an English tweed feel to it,
Yeah, it's really lovely.
We'll say an Irish tweed feel.
And nothing better than using stash yarn, and also nothing better than using every last yard. I have zero.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we were out there, like there was no backup, and it came up.
Well, no backup also because I bought this years ago.
Yeah.
So there's no additional yardage. She still offers it on her site, but I think a different batch, it probably wouldn't be the same. You always have to buy enough yardage for your project. Plenty, and then some yardage for a project for me.
I mean, that's the beauty.
Not enough for
beauty of unique yarns. You order it.
Oh,
as
that's
many
always
as
the
you
way.
need.
It's always, but when I bought it, I thought I was using it for myself. And you and I do not require the same amount of yardage for a sweater.
No, you could have
So
made
I
a trench
always
coat for
buy
yourself.
a generous amount for myself so that I can do whatever I want, with however much ease I want. So I would have had an additional skein or two
Yeah.
if it were my project, if I was knitting it for myself. But for you, this was what I did. It's a folded under collar, and I used my Sonder yarn. I don't know if you can tell because it's so dark, but I used this colorway is called Dream State. I used this for the inside of the collar to save every little scrap of yarn. What I also did, because Chris is 6'3" and he has very long arms, okay? So, and his pet peeve, because the thing he's run into his entire life is when the sleeves aren't long enough.
Yeah.
So.
Or too long.
What?
Well, I've tried to overcompensate with stuff I've knit for myself, and so it's like a fine
You're
line.
like, okay.
You don't want your wrists to be like, I don't like this, but I also don't like it halfway down my knuckles.
Well, I mean, you want your sleeves to fit.
The issue I run into is shorter, not longer.
Yes.
Yeah, that's not a real thing.
So, anyways, my only tip, it's not really a tip, but I knit the body down to the ribbing. And then when I only had one skein, I think I had 2 skeins of yarn left. I was like, okay, I'm budgeting one for each sleeve. And I wanted to knit the sleeves first to make sure the priority was to get the length correct in the sleeve, because then also, if worst case scenario I had to order another skein, or if I had to do maybe like the body ribbing and just charcoal or figure something out, then it was going to be the body bottom ribbing that was going to be different, not like 3/4 of a sleeve. Or I could have decided to do the bottom ribbing and the sleeve ribbing in a contrast color, or whatever.
I'm super happy that
But
it
in the
ended up
end,
being the inside neck. I feel like
yes.
it's such a classy little detail.
It's really cute to have the inside neck, a pop of color.
Yeah.
And I ended up I made the sleeves exactly the length that we wanted. And then I had just like sort of a little apple-sized ball of yarn left, worked the ribbing until I could no longer.
Yeah.
Bound off. It probably, had like this much yarn left, and that was it. And it turns out we got enough length in the body, enough length in the sleeves, and there's nothing more satisfying.
The body's a bit shorter than I would have knit it for myself, but I always overdo it too. I feel like it's perfect the way it is. It instantly became my favorite sweater.
And so this is the only male model that I have knit. But just to show, there's no shaping, it's meant to be fit with some positive ease if you like to wear your sweaters like that. And so it's really quite versatile in how you can, and who you can knit it for.
It's
You
for
can knit it
sure,
him,
yeah.
or you can knit it for
It's
me.
husband approved. I love the saddle shoulder and the collar and the way it hangs. Everything's super nice.
Nice.
Yeah.
So that's the crew neck. So 2 pullovers, a V-neck pullover and a crew neck pullover. And of course, it goes without saying, I knit this in a summery yarn. You can knit this long sleeves in a wintry yarn, in a woolly yarn, and it would be an amazing V-neck for winter.
Yeah.
The next one I knit is a cardigan. I knit a crew neck cardigan because I really wanted to. And for this one, I'm crazy about the yarn button combo. Really good. I love how they go. This is our Chris Gray colorway, and I held 1 strand of pure wash fingering with 1 strand of mohair to achieve a DK weight gauge. And so, I mean, I don't really know what more to say other than this is the crew neck version of the cardigan. Another completely different type of fiber blend. It's woolly, but not woolly in the same way that the Sonder yarn is. It's drapey, has a little bit of sheen from the mohair. It's a bit more lightweight. Again, a V-neck in this would be gorgeous. A crew neck in this would also be gorgeous. You can really
What makes you reach
customize.
for this, say, over the crew neck version that you knit?
The fact that it opens in the front.
Yeah.
The fact that it's a cardigan, but also I often wear my cardigans just buttoned up.
Yeah.
So it would just be that I would want the color or that the drapiness of it. It feels a little bit dressier.
Yeah.
Because of this fiber combo. To me, the drape and the mohair makes something feel a little bit more elevated, a little bit softer.
Right.
Whereas this feels very this is like you're hiking.
Yeah.
I mean, it's also like your home, but also, you know what I mean? Like it's a bit more it's like outdoorsy.
Apparently it's for when you're on the beach too.
It's beachy?
Yeah,
No, it's
beachy.
it's just like a bit more rugged,
Yeah.
whereas this is a bit more elegant.
Yeah.
I mean, truthfully, you could wear either one with whatever you wanted, but you could wear this with like black trousers, and maybe that's like,
All right, I get you now.
I'm always like saying, I don't know. I work in from my basement, right?
Yeah.
Like I can work in my pajamas. So I'm like, you could wear this to work? I don't know. What do you wear to work? If you were a teacher, you could wear either one.
Yeah. So you throw this on with jeans, and this one you dress up a little.
Well, but then it's also, it's just like, it's easier to take on and off if it's transitional weather because you don't have to take it over your head, right? Mess up your hair.
Feels glorious.
I
That's
mean,
mohair.
I love it. I love mohair. Okay, and then the last sample that I knit is the one that I think might be my favorite one of all of them.
I think this is the most exciting in the sense that I feel like the colors are a bit of a departure from like our normal.
Departure for me, but
Yeah.
nobody's going to be like, wow.
Yeah, it's not
Okay.
crazy, but maybe
So,
preppier than 10
more
normally
preppy.
does.
Yeah, this is the Aussie V cardigan version. I should have done up the buttons, but look at how sort of, what do you call this? Preppy, classic.
Looking at it now, like
Is it Ralph Lauren?
it's making me think like almost like Letterman's jacket from the 50s almost. It's got like
It's collegiate.
Yeah,
it's
that's
scholarly.
what it is. Yeah.
There are more buttons. I just haven't done them all up. I went with like a leather look, like very, yeah, it's like, is it a professor? Are you a law student? Are you a poet?
You're interesting is what it
Yeah,
is.
you've So I knit this, and this actually also exciting for me.
Do you want me to hold it while you're talking about it?
Sure.
It's kinda my thing.
Is a new colorway. This colorway is called Camel, and we have been trying to dye my perfect camel colorway for years.
Oh, like a decade maybe.
It's very tricky. And I will say, I was going to buy a camel colored yarn to knit this sweater because I really had like a very specific vision in mind. And I have a camel coat that I wanted. I was like, this is the color, this is what I want. And it's really hard even to buy. You're like, it's just beige. It's not. It's very specific.
No, yeah,
it's not sandy, it's not pinky, it's not peachy.
It needs depth without being like rusty or
Yeah, a lot of them
too
kind of
earthy.
go orangey, a lot of them go browny, a lot of them go peachy, like what and we know because we dyed several batches and some of them were like mysteriously too green, right?
Yeah.
Like it goes anyway. So we landed on this. It matches the coat that I love that I was using as our benchmark perfectly. And I found I did buy another yarn that I was going to make it with, but then it turned out to be the wrong gauge. It's labeled DK, but it wasn't DK. At any rate, and then I did the stripe in navy and red. That's our midnight colorway and our Mars colorway. And I should interrupt myself right away and say that I have put a kit up on the site for this combo only. I have not made kits for every single potential thing. Because if you want to make a sweater like this, pick your favorite color and make it. If you want to make a sweater like this, just look at the yardage requirements and buy the yardage you need. It's just, you can knit it in any color. And for us, for kits for the site, inventory is always an issue. I don't need to get into it, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
But for this one, since it takes a small amount of the two colors for the ribbing, rather than you having to buy full skeins of something to knit it, I have kitted it up with 50 gram skeins of Midnight and Mars for the ribbing, and then the number of skeins of Camel that you would need for your size.
I guess that's news too. By the time you see this, the pattern's live, but the site is also reopened after the summer
after our
hiatus,
summer off, and
which
so
we've been really excited about. I guess we're not going to get into it this video, but we've kind of tried to streamline everything.
yeah, we can get into it in a future video
Nice.
if people are interested. But so this one, I wore it in the pattern pictures with like a gold necklace. It's so it's classic. I just love this one.
I love it too. I really think it. Any outfit you've put together to wear with it has been a real knockout. So I feel like it's super versatile.
Yeah.
And I love the pop of blue and red.
I'm surprised at myself because I would never call myself preppy.
Right.
But there's something about this sweater that is preppy.
Yeah.
Right? And I
Yeah.
still love it.
But your preppy elements go with any look too.
That's
You
true.
know, you can
That's
still
true.
be like dressed down or classy and throw it in there.
And goes without saying, this could obviously be knit with a single color for the ribbing. You can do a two-toned ribbing on the V-neck, like on the pullovers as well. You could do a two-tone ribbing. Anytime I knit a pattern or I make a design, I feel like there are endless variation options. The next one that I've been considering wanting to cast on, but I kind of feel like I need to move on with my life, but I don't know, I may not be ready. I want to do a sleeveless version, so that would just have ribbing around the sleeves. That's the V-neck, that's knit in wool, but that is color blocked.
All right.
So like each saddle a different color, the front and back a different color, maybe even like a stripe down the back, like I would do it in intarsia. Or maybe just divide the back into 2 panels and then sew them together so I don't have to do intarsia, so that it would be all different colors, and then maybe even the ribbing is two-toned, like it would be, and then I could wear it like a vest.
That will not be launching tomorrow.
No. But wouldn't that be kind of like
It would
fun?
be cool, yeah.
I think
sure.
I will as a fun project.
Just get ready to put a kit together.
A kit?
Yeah.
Buy a palette.
No. That's not how it works.
No, I knit with tons of colors all the time. And I hope that people know that they can use their stash. They can do whatever they want.
But do they?
What is your...
I just feel like people need a little hand holding when a new pattern comes out.
Do you know what? My mission, okay, we've been doing this since 2007. It is 18 years that we've been dyeing yarn, selling yarn. 100% every single time you launch a pattern, even if it's just a single color pullover, people request a kit.
Yeah.
And my mission is to encourage people to be able to buy their own yarn for their own project.
Yeah.
Not encourage, to educate, to like, I know a lot of people have a really hard time with yarn substitutions, which is why I hope that it's helpful that I've knit this pattern in 5 different yarns, different types of yarns. Like this is a more crisp stitch definition, 100% merino, the one that you're wearing, and my crew pullover are more woolly.
Mm-hmm.
This one obviously with the mohair, this one in a cellulose fiber. So it'll give you an idea of how it will look. Because the only thing that changes, if you're getting gauge, you're getting gauge. What changes is the drape and the way that it fits your body. Yeah. So if you want something that drapes like this, well, you're not going to get it from a sturdy woolly yarn. And so hopefully by showing people the examples, but then also, yeah, buying a kit where it just says, here are 5 skeins, you don't have to choose.
Yeah.
Versus just adding 5 skeins to your cart. It's the same thing.
I was just teasing because you mentioned like 6 different things going on in that pattern. And if
Yeah.
people saw the colors you chose, they would be like, is there a kit?
Well, listen, never say never. I can also put together a kit if I come up with something
That's
that
right.
I absolutely love.
Yeah.
But I do hope, I'm glad that you mentioned that, because I do hope that like in showing the different looks with the different yarns, that you can be confident knitting this in whatever yarn you want.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. You know what version to get and like what kind of yarn's going to work for the look you need.
Yeah, for the look that you want. Totally. And so that's really all that I have to say about that. So the patterns are available separately on my website and on Ravelry, or they're available bundled together at a reduced rate, obviously, if you buy the ebook. And they are all different patterns. There's something, I guess they're all different. They all start with the saddle shoulder, and then obviously the instructions differ for the neckline and blah, blah, blah going forward. There's some overlapping. The sleeve instructions are the same for everyone, depending on what sleeve option you choose, but that's nitty gritty. And that's about it for today's episode. What do you think? What's your favorite one?
I have
The one you're wearing.
I have a pick, and it's the one I'm wearing. Sure. Yeah. But I'm very excited about this, and I think all the versions are amazing. So really nice to be back, and
looking forward to another nitty-filled year.